Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please watch previous video which we worked on a working session to design this page. Okay, in this session, we will try to learn how to design our endpoints to handle employee events. In our previous session, we worked on to list us all the employees present in our database. In this session, we will learn on how to create an endpoint to insert an employee into a DB, to delete an employee information, to update an employee information. Once we are done with this design, we will test these endpoints using Postman so that we get familiar with how to design our endpoints in ASP.NET Core and how to test those endpoints using Postman as well. Let's just get started. Okay. First, we'll test this existing endpoint using Postman. I'll show you the process how to test the endpoints using Postman. Okay, this is our existing endpoint which will return us the list of existing employees in our database. Let me just run this application. It will take a couple of minutes to build the application. For the first time, to load the application and show it on the browser, it will take a long time comparatively with the next consecutive requests. Okay, we'll wait for a couple of seconds so that the application gets started. Okay, meanwhile, let me just open Postman. Okay. If you are not familiar with the Postman and if your system is not installed with the Postman, I will just show you how to install the Postman. Okay. Open the Chrome browser and search with Postman. Search with Postman download so that you can get an option to download the Postman. Just click on this link. Okay, we can be able to see an application wizard like this. With this wizard, we can be able to test all our endpoints. If you see, here it lists us all the available HTTP attributes to test our endpoints. Okay, like in our experience through our interviews also, like we need to get familiar with this get, post, put, patch, delete. These are the 5 most important HTTP attributes to learn. Okay, in this session, we will learn about all these 5 HTTP attributes. We already aware of this get attribute, like which is currently returning us or listing us the existing employees information. Let me just go back and see. Okay, it is still loading us the application. Okay, if you see here, we can see the get, post, put, patch, and delete operation. Okay, we can be able to test all these endpoints using one application, that is Postman. And if you observe here, if we are attaching any parameters to the endpoint, then all those query parameters will be appear here. And if you wanted to apply and if you wanted to authenticate your endpoint using any authentication mechanisms supported by your endpoints, then we need to enable the authentication. For example, if your endpoint is authenticated using bearer token, then we need to select this bearer token option so that we need to pass the required parameters. Okay, and in headers, once you are done with this authentication, automatically the bearer token will be get attached to our headers. Okay, the body section will help us to pass the raw information either of these formats, either in text, JavaScript, JSON, HTML, or XML. Most preferred and used format is JSON. Okay, these were the few tabs which we need to get familiar with. Okay, let me just go back and see. Yes, our application is ready and we were able to see the list of employees information. Okay, as we discussed, let me just see the get endpoint and we'll test this through Postman. As we discussed, first we need to select the attribute which we're currently talking about, get attribute. Let me just copy and paste this base URI. This will call it as a base URI and rest is the API endpoint information. Okay, as we discussed in our previous videos, this is our endpoint API backslash employee information. Okay, if we are not passing any other parameters, by default it will call us the available get methods. Okay, just send and request. Okay, if you see here, it returns as the available employees information from the database. If you see here, there were two employees with the employee id 2 and employee id 3. Yeah, in this way we will be able to test our endpoints. Okay, now our target is like we need to design our endpoints, the rest of endpoints, to deal with the employee operations. Okay, if you see here, we need to create an employee, means we need to add http post method so that we will be able to insert an employee into the db. We need to add http delete capability to delete an employee. We need to add http put method, put attribute. We need to decorate put attribute so that we can be able to update the existing employees information. Okay, and just now I shown you how to test the endpoints using postman as well. Okay, let me just go back to our employee information controller and design the rest of endpoints. Okay, as we know, as we remember, for example, if we wanted to delete an employee, okay, we just need to decorate with http delete attribute. Okay, public, and once the deletion is successful, I wanted to return us the bool, like the request is successful or not. Okay, and the name is delete employee. With the help of employee id, as we discussed here, I'm adding the capability of exception handling to deal with the successful or failure request. First, we need to establish the successful connection with the DB. Let me just copy this code and paste here. We are successfully established the connection. Post that, we need to delete the employee from the DB. Okay. For that, the context is having inbuilt capabilities or extension methods of remove an employee. This is the extension method which will help us to remove an employee. If you see here, the remove is expecting employee information entity, means we need to pass the employee information entity. Okay, let me just show you how to get the employee information entity. Employee info, as we discussed earlier, context will return as the existing employees information. Okay, this is our employee information table. First, we need to find out the existing employee which we are planning to delete. Okay, this is anonymous method which I am trying to find out the employee id. Okay, equals with the parameter which we are trying to delete, the employee id, and we are just planning to delete the first record from the database. This is our existing employee information object which our remove extension method is expecting. Copy that employee information object and paste it in the extension method. Once we are done with that, just to save the context. Okay. Once we are done with the successful deletion, then the user will come to know the record got deleted successfully with this bool flag. If we got any exception, then we'll just return simply the false flag. Okay. We'll provide the logging capabilities also in our further videos. For now, we'll just design our endpoints. Okay. With this, we are done with the HTTP delete endpoint. And next is like we'll design the insertion of employee as well. To do that, HTTP post attribute will help us to insert an employee. Okay. For this also, we are designing the public endpoint and which returns us the a bool flag whether the employee record successfully inserted or not. Okay. I am naming it as the insert employee. Yeah, as we know, which will accept the employee info object because we are trying to insert the new record. Okay. To do that, I'm adding the exception capabilities to the insert employee information as well. Okay, first we need to establish the connection. Okay, in our upcoming session I will teach you how to segregate these connections, how how to create the repository pattern, and how to add the dependency injection, and everything we'll discuss in our later in our upcoming videos. For now, we'll just see how to design the endpoints. Okay, we are done with the connection establishment. Next is like we need to insert this employee information object into our employee information table. For that, the context is having employee information table, and we have an extension method called add. Okay, which will expect the employee info entity. Okay, if you expand this delete employee, the remove is expecting employee info entity the same way, and will also expect the employee entity, employee information entity, which we are passing through our HTTP headers body. Okay. Once we are done with adding, we need to save the context. Okay. Post this, if the record insertion is successfully done, then we need to return the true. If we see any exception, then we'll return as the false. Okay. With this, the post call is also done. We are able to successfully design the post call. The one which is pending for is like we are done with the HTTP get, delete, and post as well. Okay. The last one is like, okay, as we discussed, we will even update the employee as well. For that, HTTP put will provide the facility. We are designing the public endpoint and will return as the pool. Okay, update employee. I'm naming it as update employee. As we discussed, like update employee definitely will expect the object which is having the modifications to the existing employee. Okay, we'll just provide the capabilities of exception handling and just copying this entire object and pasting here. Okay, as we discussed, first we need to get the existing object. This employee information is contains the employee ID. Yeah, the name is the input parameter name and the parameter name property name is both are different, both are same. That's the reason I'm renaming it with the employee. Employee information contains all the properties. Okay, the input parameter contains the employee ID. Okay, so that we'll get the existing employee from the context. So what we are trying to do now, we are trying to update the existing employee information. For that, this is the existing employee. We'll just pass the all will update the all values with the incoming parameter. Let me assign employee name to the existing object, salary also. The last property is like department name. With this, we are done with the assigning updated values. The final statement is like we need to set the entry to be modified. Okay, entry will expect the object, like which object is trying to update it. Okay, this is our object, and we need to set the state. Actually, the state is like automatically we'll get the anonymous value, enum value of modified. Okay, once we are done with this entry, as we are aware, we need to set the context as well. Okay, we set the context as well, and finally we enable the save changes capabilities as well. Okay, with this we are done with the HTTP get, delete, and post put as well. Okay, with this we got familiar, we got familiar on even ASP.NET Core Web API as well to design the endpoints as well. We learn on attribute routing and everything in our upcoming session. For now, we'll test this HTTP delete attribute. Let me just this HTTP delete attribute. Okay, for that, let me just run this application. As we discussed, it will take a couple of seconds to load this everything. Okay, let me go here, and if you see here, there is a plus icon to test the new endpoint. With this tab, we were able to test the get endpoint. I am planning to test the delete endpoint. Let me just click this plus icon so that it will return us the one more wizard to test the new request. Okay. Now we are trying to test the delete request. Just to select the delete request, and the base URI is common for all, and endpoint is also common for other operations, because we didn't modify anything on that. We didn't set any attribute heading because it's a global attribute heading we decorated on top of our endpoint. Okay, that's the reason I'm using the same base URI. The only differentiation is like for the get and delete is the only differentiation. We need to pass the employee ID parameter, and the HTTP attributes are also different. Here HTTP get and here HTTP delete. Okay, these two were differentiated to list the employee's information, to delete an existing employee's information. Okay, let me just show. Yeah, it is still loading. It will take a couple of minutes. As we discussed, we need to pass a query parameter to delete the employee. Okay, just copy this input parameter. We'll just design our endpoint before the application up and running. Okay, this is our endpoint. If you observe this, this is our base URI and this is our endpoint, and which we are passing one query parameter to delete the employee ID. Okay, before deleting, just go back to database and verify whether this employee ID is present in our database or not. Okay, just select this statement and click execute. If you see here, we are not having any employee record with the employee ID 2, employee ID 1. Okay, let me just change this employee ID 2. If you see here, we are able to see the data. It written as the existing employees. Now we are trying to delete the one of the employee. Okay, let me just click send. Yes, we got the debugger, and if you observe here, the employee ID is also 2. Let me just go step by step and show you. Okay, if you expand this, we got the existing employee ID information. That is nothing but employee ID is 2, and this guy belongs to accounts department and the salary and all. Okay, now we are removing this entity from the database and we are saving the context. Just click continue. If you see here, the request is successful and written as the true. Now we need to verify from the database whether it's got successfully deleted or not. Just click F5. If you observe here, we were able to delete the employee successfully. Okay, just follow the same and try to test these two other endpoints through Postman, like insert employee and an update employee. Okay, with this we are done with the designing of HTTP endpoints to handle employee information events. Okay, let me just go back and show you the slide. If you observe here, we are ready with the create an employee endpoint, edit an employee endpoint, and delete an employee endpoint. Anyway, we are already aware the get endpoint which returns us the list of existing employees information. Okay, we'll add these capabilities, means we'll design this endpoint, like we'll add this UI design capabilities in the next upcoming video. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, share, and like my video if you are interested.